Hello and welcome back. In this, the last of the tutorials on the right hand exercise and technique, we're going to be looking at how we use just the two fingers at the same time. That's an important part of free stroke technique playing. We've covered all the other bases, so let's just work on this one other item, dive in and let's see what's involved in this technique. Hello, so in the previous tutorials we've covered right hand technique thoroughly. We've looked at apoyando, we've looked at tirando, we've looked at the thumb, we've looked at chordal playing, we've looked at tremolo techniques, we've looked at arpeggiated chords. We've looked at how much weight we put on each of those fingers to be able to bring melody notes out and harmonies, and how to push harmonies into the background. All these different techniques, really important. But it occurred to me one of the most used techniques in guitar playing is just two notes, two note chords, usually with the thumb and the finger. But at the same time, if we're playing thirds, how do we use the fingers in the right hand to be able to bring those notes out and have that clear, consistent tone? Or use of the thumb with the fingers. What methods would we use to be able to help us with that? And what exercises can I do to help you improve your techniques on that? So let's start. Let's look at the thumb and the fingers. We can work with the thumb and index finger to start with, and we're just going to go index finger up into the hand, thumb rotating around. Look at the previous tutorials, you can see them all. They're all available on YouTube, so free of charge, so do go in and help yourself to those. Have a look at the thumb technique, because that's going to help you locate. What I would also suggest, I've put them in an order, particular order, because as we come to new techniques, we need to have techniques already in place to help us with that. So I've thought about the order. So let's go back to the thumb if you've missed out on that one. Let's get back to this. So thumb and index finger up into the hand. And we're going to play the two together as a free stroke. Now, I've got them both at the moment as a planted technique. You know from previous tutorials that that means starting with the fingers on the string. So try and get the matching sound. Don't roll those chords. Then do it with the middle finger. We don't want that rolled chord sound. Try and match it so the nail contact is exactly the same every time. And then annular finger, P and A. You can hear the string, the thumb vibrating against the string because it's resting a little bit too early. I'm aware of that myself. I'm listening to that. That's what you need to be doing. You need to be listening out for every little aspect of your technique. Middle finger, and then strike through. That way you avoid that buzz of the string against that buzz there. You can hear it. We want to avoid that. There it is again. Focus on it. That's the right hand. Try it on different string. Second string. Then third string. Bring the thumb down to the fourth string, because that's where they're closest. Actually, this is if you use that technique, so you're moving the finger inside and outside. Thumb outside, index finger inside. Try it with the middle, it's easier with the middle finger. Annular finger, even easier. But you don't want to be doing a pincer. That's not a good technique. Limits your movement. But you can hear they're exactly together. Now let's do it so that we're using a brush technique. That's with your fingers starting off the string. Be bold. Don't be tempted to put the fingers on and then strike. Then move it in a string. Move it in again. As you get confident, you can start picking up the tempo. Actually, sometimes the problem with picking up the tempo, it eliminates the risk. It eliminates the amount of buzz. So by doing it slowly, you're able to really focus on exactly the contact with the string and also what your right hand tone is all about. Making sure the fingers are exactly in contact at the same time. Don't roll them, remember? Okay, that's really useful technique. Create your own exercises, your own patterns, combine different strings. That's absolutely fine. Make sure you're combining the index, middle and annular fingers. And remember from previous tutorials as well, try and bring out the bass on one a little bit more than the treble, or bring out the treble more than the bass. Get to use different weights of your fingers. So for example, if I want to play really quietly, just gently, you've still got to be bold in your decision making to strike the string, but it's got to be quiet. And then a bit more weight to get a bit more volume. Dynamic contrast in guitar playing, classical guitar playing, is so underused. Musicians rarely use enough dynamic contrasts, and yet it makes the music. You can hear gradually I put a bit more weight on the thumb, and that gives us a bit of tension, bit of atmosphere, bit of musicality into our playing. So really useful techniques there. Let's have a look at double stopping that they would refer to in a violin or cello or other stringed instrument. Double stopping, 2 notes at the same time. Frequently we'd use I and M, but I quite often use M and A as well. So jump them between strings. Always brush stroke. I and M. We'd use that, as I mentioned earlier, in thirds. So there you have it. That's our right hand technique. We've covered all bases, hopefully. And so spend a bit of time on them. Look at the techniques. Listen to the sound that you're producing. Good luck with that. If you've enjoyed what you've listened to, please let me know by clicking on the like button or posting your comments. Share out as well. If you found it useful and you want to let other people know that it could be useful for them as well, please feel free to share it around. We're all sharing the love here. We're all here to get the best out of our guitar playing. So until next time, all the best.